Welcome back, everyone. Here's an update on the Egypt Air Flight MS-804. A search vessel contracted by the Egyptian government has recovered all mapped human remains underwater at the crash site in the Mediterranean Sea. The investigating committee said in a statement that the John Lethbridge, belonging to Mauritius-based Deep Ocean Search, is headed to Alexandria Port to hand over the remains to coroners. It will return to the crash site to make further checks for any possible remains there. The Airbus A320 plunged into the eastern Mediterranean en route from Paris to Cairo on May the 19th, and all 66 people on board were killed. The cause of the crash remains unknown. The plane is believed to have crashed in the deepest part of the Mediterranean Sea, and investigators have started analyzing one of its black box flight recorders and are now extracting information from the other. Following a one-day visit to WOW, the humanitarian coordinator for South Sudan has expressed shock and outrage regarding the loss of life, displacement and suffering that civilians have endured as a result of the fighting in that country.
United Nations humanitarian coordinator in South Sudan, Eugene Owusu, said one of the biggest challenges in responding to the crisis in WOW was resources. Last weekend, violent clashes erupted in the town, leading to several casualties, property damage, looting, and the displacement of tens of thousands of citizens. In response, the UN mission to South Sudan set up a makeshift protection of civilian site outside its base in the area to provide shelter and humanitarian assistance to those fleeing the town. Owusu visited the POC site, currently housing more than 12,000 people, and met with aid workers and peacekeepers.
The colleagues on the ground, the UNMISS colleagues, the humanitarians, truly have come together to work in a very commendable manner. I think the overall response has been phenomenal, considering the fact that the crisis erupted barely 4 or so days ago.
UN agencies and NGOs have formed a crisis team, and we are registering the over 7,000 displaced people sheltered in the Catholic Church of WOW. They provided shelters and have been carrying out vaccination programs. The team was also treating the wounded and burying the dead as a result of the violence.
I think there are a number of things collectively as the mission and also as government need to reflect upon, which is that there are large numbers of people who indeed have been displaced. And I think as we provide immediate humanitarian needs, in the weeks ahead, we also need to look for opportunities that enable us to see opportunities for people to certainly go back home.
Owusu said there were large numbers of people who were in need in the area, and humanitarian assistance was being provided.
An Egyptian NGO is helping women who may be considered too risky by traditional banks to start and grow their businesses by providing them with small loans. Founded in 1987, the Association for the Development and Enhancement of Women provides impoverished women with microcredit loans, which are small loans to low-income borrowers who lack collateral and a credit history.
Microfinanciers like Adieu make tiny loans to small-scale entrepreneurs who usually belong to a borrower's club that guarantees repayment. The association currently provides individuals as well as group loans where 5 women can guarantee one another. Co-founder Imam Biba said it was in 1984 when she and a group of her acquaintances first discovered how difficult it was for women in impoverished areas in Egypt to obtain loans for their businesses.
فجت فكره لا هنعمل مايكرو كريدت واول حاجه هنعملها مش هنعمل حاجه ثانيه.
We decided to do microcredit and decided that we wouldn't do anything else, and no one else is doing it. We would give them to the women to guarantee each other, and there won't be a guarantor. We won't ask them for ID, and we would train them so that they can do as they wish. Everyone in Egypt stood against us. You are girls, you don't know anything, you are naive. These women will run away, they live in slums. We were told everything that you can imagine. But we said no, we'll be determined and we'll do it. And rightly so, we started giving loans, like Grameen Bank.
Microcredit pioneered by Mohammed Yunus, founder of Grameen Bank in Bangladesh and winner of the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize, has been promoted by development agencies as a route to self-improvement for very poor families. Adieu pays regular visits to the homes of their loan takers to ensure that they are the ones in control of the money and not their husbands.
I
began by borrowing 300 Egyptian pounds, and now, thank God, I've reached 4,000 pounds, and I gave the other spot to my sons, Ahmed and Mohammed, and opened up this other project here for myself and my daughter, Aya.
Unlike banks, the association does not require legal documents and guarantees from the women. Adieu has also created a map to ensure that no two similar businesses open up in the same area, increasing the chance of business success for their members.
That's a powerful move, and many people say the women are the future. That's Network Africa this hour. Thanks a lot for watching. I am Adeshewa Josh.
Every day you invite us to your home. Now we invite you to our homepage. Join Channels TV on social media. Hang out with us on Google /Channels Television. Follow us on Twitter @Channels TV. On Instagram /Channels Television. Friend us on Facebook.com /Channels Forum. And don't forget to like our page. That's not all. Subscribe to YouTube.com /Channels Web. To get constant video updates on news and